right, so let's get to the stories this morning. Not necessarily the news. I'm tempted to talk about the budget, but I don't want to encroach on Market Vendor's territory. So let me stick to this one. Tiger Woods. Now, the Tiger Woods story, it's got some twists and turns to it, right? For those of you who may have tuned in late and didn't hear the story yesterday, don't know where you would have been living because it's probably internationally the most read story of yesterday. That and President Trump's spelling of a certain word. Anyways, so driving under the influence, he has blamed it on an unexpected reaction to medication. Now, when I first heard the story and I saw the picture, I said, wow, this doesn't look good. The tiger looks, he looks inebriated. He looks like a man who's had a hangover.
Just a few.
Yeah. But then, and they said he had slurred speech and all the rest of it and so on. And that he was pulled over and parked and so on. So one, he wasn't mobile at the time. He was parked, right? He wasn't driving. Secondly, he was asleep. So if you charge me with driving under the influence while I'm asleep,
how is that possible? Yeah, so there's a bit of gray line there.
Yeah. And then he had the breathalyzer test,
and it revealed nothing.
It revealed zeros, he said yesterday
medication,
that it had to do with medication. It had zero to do with alcohol.
I really thought that he was just saying that, I saw that too.
I did too as well.
Oh, the guy was telling the truth.
Yeah, I mean, so all of this stuff about him being bleary-eyed and unshaven. Well, you came back here unshaven a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? I didn't hear anybody in here saying, he looks bleary-eyed and unshaven. Seems like the guys are really they're really going after the tiger these days. After his he slipped and he fell big time, and he's paid a heavy price for it. But if in fact the guy has zero alcohol content, how do you charge him for driving under the influence, presumably, of alcohol? When he says it was an unexpected reaction to prescribed medication for his back pain arising out of the most recent surgery, which apparently was a minor surgery about a week ago. Yeah? What do you make of that one?
Boy, I was really surprised, like I said, that he actually was telling the truth about it.
Yeah. I mean, in Tiger's case, he really can't afford to tell any more lies.
Yeah,
right?
Given the last couple of cases, I don't think he was really keeping quiet and being, low. So
yeah.
He was probably saying, "Cheese, not again."
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And obviously, when he realized that he was in trouble, he pulled over and
which is the right thing to do.
Which is that's what I was always told. If you're in that situation, that's what you should do. Pull over and go to sleep.
Exactly.
So apparently sleeping on the road is apparently something you could be charged for. So if you had too much to drink or the alcohol that you had reacted and you felt that you couldn't control the vehicle and you pull over and sleep and the vehicle is stationary. Is that breaking the law?
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to have to get the lawyers to weigh in on this.
Get some experts on this one.
Yeah. But of course, the experts are weighing in more on the economic side of things today. But there you have it. Tiger Woods, he had zeros. He blew zeros into his into the breathalyzer thing. We think we'd have any. Well, of course we don't have the breathalyzer test.
Yeah,
here.
So it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work.
You just have to knock on the glass. And
yeah. Wake up, man.
Wake up.
But there you have it. That's not necessarily the news this morning, is it?
No, not at all.
Because the news was that he was under the influence, driving under the influence. A, he was not driving, and B, he wasn't under the influence at all. Yeah? But there you have it. Not necessarily the news.
Brought to you by Globe Finance. Think outside the bank.
You're still up?
Yes! Did you hear that the Globe